Hello everybody, I'm back with another knife review, and as you can see I have a SOG here today for review. And if you remember a few weeks ago I went ahead and picked up two SOGs, so this is the first one, or this is one of them, and what I'm reviewing today is the SOG Facet, the nickel silver and carbon fiber version. Okay, so this is an empty box. Let's go ahead and move that out of the way, and here's the actual knife itself. So let's go and begin with the specs. Right now the closed length, we're looking at 3 3/4 inches. Open length, actually not open length, but just the blade itself is 3 inches, and open length a total of 6 3/4 inches. It weighs in at 3.6 ounces, which actually is pretty heavy for a blade of this size, actually, because it's relatively small. It uses VG10, or semi-cladded VG10, actually. It has carbon fiber scales, and it has a satin finish. And alright, so let's go and begin. So let's go and start with size here. And as I mentioned, it's a relatively small knife. You can tell I can almost palm the entire knife in my hand here when I close around it. Ergonomic wise is very nice, actually. You know, I mean, for me it fits my hand just perfectly. You know, so it's got like these little nice this nice little I guess would be like cutouts. I'm not too sure, like little wave, and then nice and rounded or slightly curved on the top. So when you hold on to it, your hand just naturally falls in there and it kind of melts in your hand. Very nice. There's no jimping anywhere on this knife, but again, I would classify this as a gentleman's folder, so I don't really think there should be any jimping. I wouldn't really use this in a tactical situation, you know. So I mean, if you just look at it, this is nice and classy looking, you know. So anyway, let's go and zoom in. I can show you a little bit more about this knife. So let's see if I can get in a little bit more here. There we go. Alright, so here's a close-up of the carbon fiber scales here. It's got a big backspacer on here. So if you're trying to clean this out, it might be a little hard since it's not really open. It's got the nice ultra low ride SOG bayonet style pocket clip, which you can reverse it to left and right carry, tip up. And it's a very high quality clip. Has a SOG logo laser cut out in the clip here, so that's a very nice touch. All right, so here's the quick shot of the nickel silver bolsters. You can tell it's very high polish. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, this, like I said, this very nice gentleman classy looking folder here. It's got the arc lock here, which shouldn't have any. There should be no introduction needed. Everybody pretty much knows about what an arc lock is. But you know, as far as the arc locks go, they all feel a little bit different. You know, this one in particular is a little bit stiffer than most of my other arc locking knives. For example, the Tomcat 3.0 has a very smooth arc lock. This one's a little bit tight. So, and I have been playing around with it. Believe me, I've been flicking open and closing, and so the lock has been used. So, as we move over to the blade here, you can tell it's a nice, beautiful finish on the blade. It's a very high polish. You know, you can see yourself in it. You know, you're gonna need to check your hair. You can probably check it in this blade itself. Very sharp. And let me move it a little closer to the camera here, see if I can get this thing focused. So on the blade itself, you can see it says SOG Facet. And then on the other reverse side, we see it says VG10 Samai Seiki Japan. And on the SOG logo here, you can see there's an X in the letter O, denoting that this is a seconds line. So I actually basically got this for 50% off. It was a brand new knife, but basically it was used as a display model. So they discounted it. So hey, whatever, I'll take it. Look at the thumb studs on this thing. This thing is huge. I mean, very easy to access. See, when I close the knife, you can tell that the thumb studs protrude past the bolsters itself, you know. So when you go to push into it, I mean, it's very easy. You can get right up to it, you know, to flick it open or to push it open. It's just right there. Listen to this lockup sound. It's actually very discreet. See, hear that? There's not much any of that metal on metal, you know, sound. So it's very nice. So if you want to flick this knife out, I mean, this really makes no sound whatsoever. So here you can see there's really no jimping. This actually is not jimping. It will not keep your hand, or it will not keep your finger from sliding. So don't expect it to. So, and neither does this here. So. But let me show you how this thing opens. And it's like, it opens very smooth, very nice. You know, ambidextrous. You know, you can open it smooth like that, or slow, I mean, or you can just flick it open. And you notice I had no wrist flicks whatsoever. See, bam, comes right out. You know, very fast. You know, completely ambidextrous. See, and arc lock is just a cinch to use. Love that arc lock. So. Let me go and put this on the table here, and I will show you comparison size. So start off with the full size Griptilian, which is the average size knife, And then here's the mini grip, which is my ideal carry size. All right, and you can tell the facet is pretty much the same length as the mini grip. So I really think this is a very good gentleman's EDC knife right here. Let me take this away here. But for one thing is, if weight is concerned, you probably don't want the facet because of all the metal and the like the see the dual liners and the handle scales and everything. It kind of starts putting a little bit more weight. Like I said, at 3.6 ounces, the facet is not a light knife for its size. The mini grip is a lot lighter. But when I bring it close to the camera, you can tell how much thinner the facet is. I mean, so for more slimmer carry, I would highly recommend the facet. So, but overall, both these are very, very good knives. All right, so in conclusion, I mean, this is a beautiful knife, just classy looking. It's a very gentleman look, very nice gentleman folder. I highly recommend it, and it's sharp to boot. Let me. There you go. I don't really need this. So this is parchment paper, by the way. So it's not like your normal, loose leaf paper or anything like that. So watch this. it just slices right through there. No problems. So it's a very, very sharp knife. I mean, I highly recommend this knife to anyone who's looking for a nice small gentleman folder. So. Anyway, oh, by the way, they actually make another version of this, which has white micarta scales, by the way, and they're only limited to 200 pieces produced, I believe, and I haven't found one yet. But if I find one, I'm definitely gonna pick one up because this is a very nice knife. So, all right, well, this has been my review of the SOG Facet, and I'll catch you guys on the next review. All right, take care.